YouTube, how are you all? I've been dying to come on here for ages, but I have been busy up and down. Yeah, and I wanted to come and talk about my walk. I wanted to come and talk about last week and how that went. Yeah, so I walked, as you know, I'm doing the Thames Path Challenge. It's a personal challenge to myself. I think I've realised that walking actually focuses my mind. It allows me to switch off, whether I'm walking on my own, which I'm determined to do because I've set this challenge for myself, not for anybody else. But I did put it out there to other people that if they wanted to come and join me, they're more than welcome. Walking on your own is fine. I've got some on my glasses, you know me. Walking on your own is fine and I can do it. I've got a radio and, you know, earphones, but walking with other people seems to be a lot. Yeah, it's okay. We have good laughs. So Sylvia joined me for the whole 3 days, which I didn't think she would. Sylvia is also widowed like myself, which is such a shitty word, but it's true. So we're two broken hearts, two people fucking lost, trying to find something in life that makes any sense. And it's been really cathartic actually walking with her, somebody that totally gets my bitterness about life, about my situation, and how unfair everything has been, and because she feels exactly the same. She's exactly the same age as me. Well, actually, that's a lie. She's a year older than me. She's a little bit older, so she's collecting her pension a bit more than me, a bit before me. So yeah, the first day was Tuesday. So I had a really tough weekend last weekend. I don't think I've spoken to you. It was my wedding anniversary. It was Father's Day, then a wedding anniversary. So two massive firsts came and kind of bang, bang. Yeah, punched me in the heart a bit, and I didn't deal with it very well. Chelsea took me to Nirvana Spa on the Monday on my actual wedding anniversary, and we had a really lovely evening. She drove so I could drink Prosecco. Cheers, everybody, it's Saturday night. So that was really nice and relaxing. It was just what the doctor ordered. Spend some time with Chelsea. It was quality time, and yeah, so yeah, that was nice. I went up to the grave and did all of that stuff, and then on Tuesday I started my mammoth walk, and yeah, a lot of it is the self-challenge isn't just about walking the 184 miles. It's about so much more than that. It's about becoming the new me. Not that I want to become the new me, but for those of you that know me really well, Harry did literally everything for me. He booked tickets, he would plan stuff, and everywhere we went, that was his job, and he enjoyed doing that. So doing all of that without him is really hard, and I've kind of had to overcome that this week. So yeah, oh god, I wasn't gonna cry, sorry. And I've done my bloody makeup anyway. So yeah, my first challenge was walking from my house to the train station. Well, booking the train first of all, looking online and getting overwhelmed with all of the information on there. I walked 2 miles to the train station. I got on a train and I trusted that it would get me where I wanted to go without the help of my husband, because for 20 years I've had Howie doing it. And so it was a self-challenge to say, I can do this. I don't want to do it alone, but I can do it. So I got the train from Thatcham to Reading, then I had to change and get on another one and go to Chelsea. And then I met up with Sylvia, and on that first day we walked 16.5 miles, which is 26.5 kilometres, which was good. I think on your first day you're always a little bit kind of bouncy, and it was good fun. It was tiring, don't get me wrong. It's not an easy walk, 16.5 miles, but it was good. And we both felt a real sense of achievement. And then day two, Sylvia was getting a few blisters and I wondered if she'd make it the next day, but she did. So same thing, I had to plan my route and walk my 2 miles to the train station. I didn't want to rely on anybody else on this journey, and I didn't. I walked to the train station again. I got on a train, and this day we went from Reading to Marlow. Sylvia lives in Reading, so she joined me there, and we walked 19.2 miles, which is 30.8 kilometres. That was a long ass walk, but again, kind of exhilarating, self-challenging. It was satisfying and cathartic in the sense that we chatted non-stop about shit, about life, about anger, about all of the above, and it was really needed. On day 3, I really didn't think Sylvia would join me because her blisters were quite bad. My feet were sore, don't get me wrong, my feet were really sore. So we then went, did the same thing, walked the 2 miles to get to the train station, jumped on a train from here, and there was about 3 stops to get to this one, and then we walked from Marlow to Windsor. A friend of ours, actually a friend of mine, Lizzie from back in the day, joined us as well, and she hasn't lost a husband, so it was actually quite funny for her to walk with 2 widows, 2 bitter widows, let's put it that way. 2 widows that are really like, fucking life and fucking this and fucking that and don't say this and don't say that. So I think it was a bit of an eye-opener for Lizzie, but I really appreciate her support, your support, Lizzie. I know you'll watch this at some point, and I really do appreciate. She couldn't understand a lot of what we were saying, and I know what I want to say, but I'm not going to say it. But she's picked up the baton where a lot of people have let me down, I guess. So I'm really grateful for that, Liz. Thank you. You know, you've been there and you've messaged me all the time. You haven't stopped, even if I haven't messaged back or whatever. And you know, that's one of the things I'm discovering about myself. I think there's about 3 people that have messaged me in the last 2 weeks and I haven't even responded, and that so isn't me. But this is my grief and this is my my journey at the moment, and I just hope that at the end of all of this, well, there won't be an end because this is my life forever, but I hope that at some point they will understand why I'm just shutting myself off quite a lot from people, and you know, they're shutting themselves off from me, I'm shutting themselves, and it's just, yeah, it's one of those things, I think, that we just kind of, you know, you just try and get on with it, don't you, as much as you can. I wrote a few things down as I was walking yesterday, because even after all of those walks for 3 days, at the end of the Windsor one, we actually went and had 2 jugs of Pimm's and really kind of celebrated. Lizzie did amazing considering she's not a long distance walker, and she walked 12.7 miles, 20 kilometres. It was like, that's no mean feat. So well done, Lizzie. Me and Sylvia were just like, we were lagging a bit, and Lizzie set the pace, which was great because she had fresh legs. So we were like, okay, we can catch up, we can keep up. But yeah, it was really good. And I'm now really pumped to finish the challenge. That was only, what, 16? I'm not going to add it up. I should add it up, let me tell you. Okay, I'll get my calculator out. I'm going to be really, I should have done all of this before I came on, but I wanted to do, before I drink anymore, I didn't want to come on here pissed, so I figured I would come and talk to you and tell you about my days. So let's go 16 plus 19 plus 12 plus 2 with all of that added up. So in 3 days we've actually walked 49 miles, and if I go 184 minus 49, I've got 135 miles of the Thames path left to do. So I'm quite pumped to get that planned. However, I'm going away on Monday in Aggie, in here, which is why I'm in here, because I'm starting to pack things and clean the van up. I can't wait, to be honest. I'm going away with my cousins and their dogs and their caravans. So yeah, we're traveling, and PG's coming. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I think part of what I was going to say was, you know, we had, I think Sylvia felt the same as well. We had such a good time walking. We had a purpose. It was a focus. Our minds were grounded, and we had to walk, and it hurt, and you just needed to get to the end game. But there was a purpose to the day. And then Friday came, and I felt really flat. I felt, yeah, I kind of hit rock bottom the whole of this weekend, really, if I'm being honest. I feel shit pants because it's finished. So now it's a good thing to just tell myself I need to now keep planning this, keep doing it, actually complete the challenge, because, you know me, I've been a quitter all my life, and this is something I'm determined I'm going to quit. And let me talk about some things I was saying. I think a lot of what's come out from Sylvia and I, something I probably haven't discussed with you. I'm not sure if I have anyway. I know I've talked to Sylvia and a couple of other people, and Mark probably. But I don't feel I'd finished my counselling particularly, and I went to the talking therapies, which the doctor advised, and she said go to talking therapies. So I go there and you self-refer. So I was kind of like, right, this is a situation. They give you a phone call. Cut a long story short, they talk to you about what is it, what's going on. I said, my husband's died. I think I've got a bit of trauma there, you know, but a bit of trauma, fucking hell. My husband died unexpectedly. Hello, my whole fucking world changed. My whole world crashed down in front of me, and now my future is so uncertain, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I'm fucking traumatized. That's kind of just a little snippet of it. And she asked me a lot of questions, and me being me, I'm very honest. And I said to her, I'm probably drinking a bottle of wine every night. I have been since Howie's died, and I realise I need to, knock that on the head. But at this point in time, I just can't do it. I don't want to do it. It's numbing the pain. It's helping me sleep, and that's what it is. So she let me ramble on a little bit more, and then she said, okay, the only help we can offer you is a phone number for alcohol and drugs abuse. And I was like, oh, okay. So Sylvia and I have kind of batted over this over our walking days and just gone, that's really shit, actually, because a lot of us that have lost people will tend to go towards some form of crutch, be it cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, whatever. But that's just masking the fucking problem. So if you want me... So she said, go and see an alcohol and drugs dependency people before we can treat you anything else. And I think, to me, that's passing me off, because at the end of the day, I'm not drinking. Well, I drink anyway, but I'm not drinking. How can I put it? It's the grief that they need to address. Then I wouldn't be drinking. Does that make sense? So I think there's a miscommunication there within the system, within the whole grief counselling process. That's what me and Sylvia have come to we've kind of decided that. It's just shit. It's just absolutely shit. And really, people don't want to help, and people don't want to, they're like, you've had your 6 sessions now, bugger off. So I could get private counselling, and I possibly will do that in the future. I know I'm not even 6 months into this shitstorm, and I know I had 2 days alcohol free this week. So the 2 last days of my walk, I didn't drink, which is the first time. And I'm not going to say it was easy, but I did it, and it shows that I can do it. So I'm going to try and do 2 days, although I'm away next week. So anyway, I'm not in a great place. I'm going to go over the pub tonight, because there is our local pub, which is just over the road. They're leaving, so it's their leaving do tonight. So it's going to be a little bit sad, and yeah, it's going to be a big bit sad, actually. And yeah, I'm not in a great place anyway, but I'm going to force myself to go, because I should. They were really good with how we loved it over there. So yeah, I'll go over there and see the old boys and the neighbours and spend an evening with them. So this is a long one for me, 12:29. So Mason said if I do it on the laptop, I'm on Howie's laptop, that this should upload a little bit quicker. So we'll see. I'm going to do another one because I want to talk about something else, and I'm just full of it tonight. But anyway, that was my walk, guys, and I will do another YouTube with some pictures, because obviously I took a lot of pictures. You know what I'm like with me and Sylvia and with Lizzie. So I will do that. And anyway, I hope you... No, one more thing. Ella's not doing very well at the moment. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but Claire has texted me today, and things aren't good. So, those prayers and loves and positive vibes, all of you that send to Claire and Ella and Tony, keep it going, because, yeah, they've taken a few steps back, and you know what I hope. I hope everything turns out well, and she's a little fighter, and she keeps fighting. So, yeah, this is for you, Claire. Lots of love to everybody. Thanks for your following, and I will speak to you again in a minute.